So this may come as a surprise to nobody, but the games industry is trying to malign, misrepresent, and demonize the Stop Killing Games initiative so they can maintain an unfair and unethical chokehold over publication of their video games.
Hey, you know that saying, it's not paranoia if they really are out to get you?
So true, brother. So true.
Well, I have another video I do not want to make, but I probably should. And this one is newsworthy, especially for me. I have behind-the-scenes news on the Stop Killing Games campaign. Okay, a quick refresher because I know this gets confusing. I founded the Stop Killing Games movement to challenge the legality of publishers destroying games which you've paid for. This has involved a lot of things, which I've shown in slides before, and that includes assisting with the European Citizens Initiative, which is the biggest thing going on with it right now. However, I am actually not the founder of the European Citizens Initiative.
I didn't know that.
That would be a group of volunteers whom I'm in touch with. I'm ineligible to have an official role in the initiative.
Oh, because you're American.
I'm just a major promoter of it. It's always been something separate. That's part of why it's called the Stop Destroying Video Games Initiative instead of the Stop Killing Games movement. So with that in mind, it was recently shared with me that the Stop Destroying Video Games Initiative has received a serious accusation from an anonymous source. The EU Commission relayed a complaint of it committing 2 violations, yikes, of false no-funding declaration and systematic concealment of major contributions. This declaration appears fundamentally incorrect based on publicly documented evidence of substantial undisclosed professional contributions to the campaign. Well, this is all news to me, but I don't know everything that's going on with the initiative.
Yeah.
What's this about? Oh, it's about me. I'm the evidence, everyone.
What? Evidence of undisclosed contribution. Ross Scott's public statements. There have been many weeks on the campaign where I've been working 12 to 14 hours a day to keep things moving and get signatures. Scott's own admission. I've been running a rickshaw carrying people to the destination. What?
What do we have here? A quote, there have been many weeks on the campaign where I've been working 12 to 14 hours a day to keep things moving to get signatures. Damn straight I have. That is true.
Yeah.
I've been running a rickshaw carrying people to the destination.
What the fuck?
Yes.
Yeah.
I did say those words. It's unclear to me if the accuser thinks I've literally been running a rickshaw service or not. And you know what? I'm not going to tell them. They can guess that for themselves. They're doing a lot of guessing in this. You'll see. Media interviews identifying me as handling the standard day-to-day work of running the Stop Killing Games initiative and described as the primary strategic decision maker and public spokesperson throughout the campaign. Okay, this is
somebody said that you did this? And that means you did it?
reaching. Since I apparently need to spell it out, when I say the initiative will do this or will do that,
this is stupid as fuck.
That's me assuming the initiative members are on board with what I'm saying and me taking my best guess.
Yeah.
I've even said before on video, the initiative members are not a hive mind. They can disagree with each other, including me. They certainly listen to my input, but the decision on literally everything about the initiative is theirs.
Yeah, because
if I don't like something but they do, then I just have to deal with it. I have no actual authority.
I think that Ross should not even try to explain himself. Everybody knows that they're lying. The only reason they're doing this is to discredit the initiative and to make it look bad and to try to remove it by some sort of administrative rule. That's the reason why they're doing it. Everybody knows this is fake. Everybody knows it's bullshit. They're just pushing it in order to avoid having to take accountability. And so blatantly show, yeah, of course it is.
Nobody in the initiative takes orders from me.
Yeah, he's lying.
But get ready, because here comes the clown count.
Oh my God.
15 to 20 weeks of 12 to 14-hour days.
Oh my God.
It's interesting that they call this a conservative estimate, because they're making these numbers up. They may as well be reading tea leaves. It's true, I think.
So if this person is an employer, if this qualifies you to be an employee of the company, why don't these game companies pay the people that play the video games that they make all day? You've got people playing Ubisoft games 14 hours a day, probably. They're in some circle of hell, but they're there. So shouldn't you be paying them some money?
Spent that many hours a day working on this campaign.
It's outrageous.
For some weeks. But 15 to 20? That would have killed me. Some weeks were this high. Others, it was anywhere from 0 to 4 hours a day. I don't know. You know why I don't know? Because I never track my hours. Why would I? Nobody was hiring me for this. Yeah. It's all volunteer time. The only reason I said 12 to 14 is because there were plenty of days where I would wake up, work the whole time, then go to bed. Yeah. Minus eating, exercise, and essential chores.
That's 12 to 14
and
hours.
Those days make me batty. I hate working that much. But I am impressed that they think they know my hours better than I do. Oh, but here's the good part. Professional rate, 50 to 75 euros an hour. Yeah, maybe.
What?
Maybe that would mean something if I was a professional who had a rate for anything. Minimum estimated value, 63 to 147,000 euros.
I see what they're doing. So they're saying that because he worked as a volunteer, they're prorating all of the amount of time that he worked as a volunteer. So this is what they're doing. They're taking his statement of saying that I work 12 to 14 hours a day during critical campaign phases, and then they created a estimate of how long those phases were, and then they took that 12 to 14, multiplied it by that amount of days, and then they prorated that number by 50 to 75 per hour, and now they're multiplying it, making it look at $67,000 or $147,000. So they just make shit up? Yeah, they're totally making this up, and they're making it up. This is literally a stack of lies. Straight up making shit up? Yeah, why would Pirate do this? I don't know. I don't know why Pirate would have filed this. This is crazy.
Oh, yeah. Okay, this one annoys me a bit because they're low.
It's never enough for him, is there?
63,000 euros is more money I've made in any year in my entire life.
Oh.
Though, hey, I'm sure all kinds of people are worth more if they make up numbers about how much they should be getting paid from imaginary sources.
They should put me on there, too.
But they're saying my volunteer work is worth that much, so by not reporting it's violating Article 17, yada, yada. Their supporting evidence is media treating me as though I'm the leader and me saying I've worked a lot on this. Well, it's true. I have worked a lot on this.
If somebody says they worked on your games, does that mean you have to pay them for undue wages? What a stupid thing to say. They worked on your game, meaning they played your game.
Must have said publicly that I'm ineligible to join the initiative at least 50 times. And this may surprise the accuser, but sometimes game journalists get details wrong when reporting on something. 12 to 14-hour day commitment during many weeks far exceeds any reasonable volunteer threshold. Yes, true. They're right about that. That isn't reasonable at all. I've hated this crap, and I can't wait to work less on the campaign. It's only my perception that this is my one chance to fix the problem of destroying games that's pushed me this hard.
Yeah.
But I have my limits, guys. Professional time investment constitutes quantifiable in-kind contribution under transparency regulations. I guess.
Keep in mind, all of this is done in bad faith. None of these people that are filing this complaint actually believe what they're saying. They're just trying to do this so they can get a quick administrative win and somehow compartmentalize the initiative inside of that administrative error and then get rid of it entirely through that. They don't care about this. They know it's not true. They're just using this as a weapon.
Good thing I'm not a professional then. Well, this is a very serious accusation.
Who filed
this? And it sounds like
this?
I should have logged my hours and made up hourly rates like my accuser did, huh? But wait, here's a thought. Why don't we check what the European Union's rules actually are? Who is considered a sponsor? Sponsors are people or organizations providing financial support over 500 euros. Okay, well, I've spent 0 euros on the initiative, just a crapload of time, so that's not me.
Okay.
Legal persons or organizations providing other economically quantifiable in-kind donations or non-economically quantifiable support to an initiative are also considered sponsors. Well, I've been advised I'm not a legal person. I'm a natural person. That sounds right. And I certainly wasn't representing an official organization. I mean, I haven't signed one form with Stop Killing Games on it, or for the initiative for that matter.
Nope.
Individuals providing non-financial support, such as volunteering, are not considered sponsors under the ECI regulation and do not need to be reported.
Okay, so he already said that. Yeah, there it is.
Oh, what's that? That description, which is exactly what I've been doing? So the EU says the initiative has been following the rules this entire time? But what about this anonymous accuser saying the EU doesn't know its own rules? Is there a hidden clause here?
And also, if you want to make the argument that somebody making a video should disqualify the Stop Killing Games initiative, because I can see where they're going to, I can see where they're trying to go with this argument. They're saying that his material support on his YouTube channel is somehow a amount of support that he's giving it, and that support can be quantified by cross-referencing sponsorship costs and the amount of views that it's created for the initiative, and then they're trying to use that as a quantitative value that he's providing to them that makes him a sponsor. But the reason why that's invalid is because you could use the exact argument for what they're advocating for with Pirate Software, because Pirate Software has made videos in the exact same way that are against this initiative. So if you want to say that somebody making a YouTube video is offering this non-financial support and that categorically means that their involvement should be invalid and the initiative should be invalid, they also invalidate themselves. It's retarded. And again, this is done in absolute, complete bad faith. Everybody knows this is a lie.
You're not a sponsor unless you work really hard? So let's get this straight. We've got an anonymous complaint saying the initiative is violating EU law.
It's anonymous.
I'm apparently in charge of the initiative despite being ineligible to even join it. Hence why my name is not on here.
Who does
The accuser
this?
is making up how many hours I've worked on this and are making up imaginary money amounts I've supposedly donated in kind, and their claims directly contradict the EU's own laws on this.
Uh-huh.
And hey, plot twist. There's something I didn't tell you.
John Ubisoft.
The official organizers literally asked EU representatives if it was okay for me to assist them in the capacity I have been back in spring of 2024.
He already predicted this. See, they're so stupid. This should be the biggest white pill that you ever get, or like, you know, whatever you want to call it, or blue pill that you ever get. The people that you're going up against are functionally fucking retarded. It's so easy to come out ahead on top of them. It is. It's so easy. They're stupid as fuck.
Just to make sure everything was above board in case there was a problem or we needed to report anything. They said what I've been doing is fine. We've been doing this by the book, guys. So where did this complaint come from? Well, we'll never know. It's anonymous. But let me ask you, does anyone think this is just some concerned citizen acting independently here? I mean, pretend all of these accusations were true. Would that end the initiative? Maybe. I don't know. Someone was gunning for us. This is a shot across the bow.
Yeah, of course it is.
Now again, this complaint is anonymous, so I'm not accusing anyone. I don't know who wrote it. But I'll just say the timing of this is awfully hot on the heels of the industry lobby group giving some very bad statements about the movement. In some cases, I think outright lying about it. But I don't know if
I'm not going to say who did this. It was Pirate Software. Guys, he's not saying that, okay? It clearly wasn't Thor. Thor didn't do this. It's funny to meme around about it, but Thor clearly didn't do this.
It's them. Maybe it was a different lobbying group.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was just some political hatchet man hired by the industry. But someone was trying to kill the initiative. Filing paperwork to the European Union accusing the initiative and myself of violating the rules, maybe even committing a crime, I'm not sure. That's no small thing. This is the industry playing dirty now. It reminds me of Battleship. They took a shot hoping my battleship was here when it was actually here. So they missed, but I sure felt the splash. So why am I telling
It's
you?
obvious that they're trying to delegitimize it. And I find it to be very interesting that they're trying to delegitimize it. Because trying to delegitimize it rather than arguing directly against it means that they can't. Why would you try to delegitimize something if you could just simply provide a stronger argument that works better? There's a reason why they're doing this.
All this? Well, this has me a little worried. I mean, this complaint doesn't scare me. We followed the rules and they made up the charges. I mean, hell, if they hadn't put appears fundamentally incorrect, this might have been borderline libel against me.
Yeah.
But the fact that first we have the industry lobbying against us, then we're getting this attempted shot at us behind closed doors,
wow.
makes
What are
me
the odds?
concerned about what's coming next. I mean,
It
I
could
haven't
have just
done
been somebody that works at one of these companies, right? Or it could have been some fanboy that doesn't like of Ubisoft. And there could have been a million reasons. I don't think there's enough reason to really think it's a conspiracy, but it doesn't really matter. I mean, the complaint is still ridiculous.
anything shady that I'm aware of, but maybe
Yeah.
that doesn't matter. If they can't find a real angle on us, maybe they'll make more things up.
You're messing
Maybe
with somebody's money.
serious things.
Yeah, true.
At the rate we're going, I'm expecting the next news to be a Photoshop of me in a parking garage doing a handoff with a briefcase full of money.
Oh, no!
Now, what I've been told is if the industry can't
He
kill
did
the
that.
initiative, the next step is to throw so much dirt on us, members of parliament start getting scared to support it.
That's right.
So just because this is only the second shot at us, that doesn't mean there aren't 20 more shots coming behind it. And I'm again reminded of how stupid this whole thing is.
Again, members of parliament being afraid, there's a very easy way to solve that problem. Make them afraid of being afraid. If they want to play in that game, then engage them on that level. It's okay to take the high road, but if someone else takes the low road, you have to meet them there.
When you consider what a comparatively low cost an end-of-life plan is. I bet whatever companies are spending on lobbying against us is more than it would cost them to have end-of-life plans for their games, especially in the future.
It is kind of funny. He's right about that. Yeah.
Hell, I think a lot of end-of-life plans for games will be less than those imaginary euros I'm not being paid.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's coming next, and it could get a lot worse than this.
It will.
Who knows? I am so out of my league on this. I have never been a
No, you're not out of your league. Ross, you need to understand that the people that are against you are so much dumber than you are, it would make you afraid for democracy. These are people who, Ubisoft, did you play Assassin's Creed Shadows? These people have no fucking idea what they're doing. The fucking CEO says, but all the critics gave our game a good review. Why didn't it sell a bunch of copies? You're playing chess with pigeons, right? And yeah, they might try to knock over the pieces and act like they won, but it's still just a stupid fucking bird. Don't ever think that you're out of your depth here. There's this crazy idea that people have that the ones that are running these companies are actually these clandestine, brilliant minds that have a higher level of understanding of the world. No, they're not. It's just a bunch of guys. And a lot of times they're probably dumber than you are.
political target before. So this is all uncharted territory for me. Have you ever played a game
Don't
that's
insult
getting
pigeons.
harder and harder, and you can still keep up with it in the moment?
Yeah.
But you're starting to think at the rate it's going, you're not sure if you can handle it in a level or two?
It's Kazan.
That's kind of the vibe I have right now.
The game was hard.
And for those of you who think I'm being paranoid, Did you hear about that retro gaming YouTuber who was arrested for reviewing modded handheld consoles? Oh, yeah. That doesn't hit close to home for me at all.
No.
I mean, I don't have any handhelds, so I guess I'm safe there. But
Was
what
sued
about...
and raided by the Italian government. Consoles were seized and channels may be closed for promoting piracy of copyrighted material. Keep in mind that the entire idea of copyright is made up. It's not real. It doesn't exist. All we have to do is get enough people together to just simply redefine how we see it. That's it. That's all we have to do.
about abandonware? If I play an emulated Commodore 64 game, are they going to send the cops to my place as step 5? Gotta love the games industry. But as
Commodore
of this moment,
64.
I still feel free to speak my mind.
That was a long time
so
ago.
I better make use of it. Here's the thing. The video games industry is worth billions. If they really want to smear me or the initiative, they'll find a way to do it. We're lucky their attempts have been so bumbling so far. I mean,
Yeah.
I just showed you how these claims are false because they're lying about how the law defines my actions. Video Games Europe was almost certainly lying about this claim, and it was irrelevant. Almost certainly lying about their liability here.
Yep.
They were either so obtuse they couldn't understand what we're asking for when it's spelled out for them, or they're lying about...
No, they're not. Like, you have to understand that a lot of these people they're stupid, but they're also liars. It's not that they don't understand what you're doing. It's that they do, and they're lying about it to make you look bad. That's the reason why. They're intentionally lying. Exactly.
Not understanding it. Take your pick. Oh, and this claim. This one is a bit clever because it can't be disproven. You could say this about anything.
Yeah.
Like, I could say it's prohibitively expensive for me to make a paper airplane. And you might say, what are you talking about? A piece of paper costs what, 2 cents? And I could say, yeah, but that would curtail my choice. Because I want to make my paper airplane out of the Magna Carta, and that's price.
Oh my God, I love this. Is Jesus Christ.
Priceless. Thus,
Yeah.
it's prohibitively
Wow.
expensive for me to make a paper airplane.
I guess so.
I guarantee you that's the kind of logic they're using here if you were to really dig into the details. Oh, and let's let everyone know this lobby group isn't even representing its members that well. BeamNG says
Yeah.
they weren't consulted by Video Games Europe and disagree
how
with their
convenient.
statement and behavior. Even Epic Games, yeah, that small company, you probably haven't heard of them, has come out saying that they're currently non-committal on this. So Video Games Europe wasn't representing them in their statement either. So if they're not even
So
consulting
wait a second. Epic Games hasn't lobbied or opined on the law. I guess our logo is the picture above because remember his various trigger. Actually, fucking based him. Him openly saying like, yeah, we're not a part of being against this. Yeah, like I really wish, like, by the way, I talked to somebody from Epic Games and I complained about their fucking launcher right to their face. I was like, why is it that you guys can't get the launcher right? Why can't you do it? Why does it have to have all these updates and this stuff? Like, people don't want this. Nobody wants it. That's why everybody uses Steam. And I'm not going to tell you what they said. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Because they don't care. They do. They do care. I had a very frank and honest conversation with them. And I left the conversation feeling more confident that Epic Games would improve.
Europe wasn't representing them in their statement either. So if they're not even consulting their members, who the hell are they representing exactly? Okay, some news as I'm editing. Ubisoft has responded to stop killing games. I was not expecting that. It's a lot of misdirection. I'll try and speedrun this. Okay, this is irrelevant.
Of course.
We're aware of your terms. It's not yet determined if they're legal or not. This is also irrelevant. This part is true. This is a widespread problem in the industry.
Yep.
The only thing unique to Ubisoft is they're trying to get away with this crap as a French company. Okay, even the EU Commission wouldn't commit as to what...
I wonder how games journalists will approach the Stop Killing Games initiative once it actually starts being talked about seriously. Because I think that games journalists will side with the video game companies over gamers in order to continue to have their privileges. And so I'm wondering if they will try to attack the credibility of people like me or Ross, or they'll try to make different types of arguments about the viability of this as a baseline. I think that they'll probably just call me a racist and call Ross, a paid operative. I think that's probably what'll happen.
Whether these types of games or services or not when
It'll
asked.
lend them way more credibility
so
to cover it
call
positively.
These games services,
yeah, I know. That's why I know they won't.
They might not be. Services tell you when they end. And the endless support argument. Okay, I'm undecided. If this was a senior developer saying this, I would 100% call this misdirection. I mean, hey, this looks awfully similar to that comment from Video Games Europe about endless support. This could be the industry's new playbook. If they can pretend to not understand what we're asking for over and over again, maybe they're hoping that will change the narrative. However, this is a CEO saying this, so maybe he really doesn't know how these games work. Hey, if so, he wouldn't be the first CEO to not understand how his company's products work.
Hey, you gotta give it to him though, right? They say a captain goes down with his ship.
I can't tell if he's just trying to gaslight everyone, or if he just doesn't know how these games are made, so he thinks they would need endless support.
He committed.
I kind of hope he actually doesn't know.
Yeah, he can put skin in the game.
Anyway,
That's right.
The point here is there's a lot of lying and shady stuff going on from the games industry against Stop Killing Games. And I guess now, me too. So if these attempts to shoot down the initiative keep happening, maybe assume the industry, which has been shown to be lying repeatedly, is lying again. And the whole point of their accusations is to make you forget the real issue, which is consumers are getting robbed by the industry. There are nuances to it, but the basic message is when you buy a copy of a game, you should get to keep it. And publishers shouldn't be able to destroy what you already paid for. This concept is so basic, it's still a joke we even have to fight for this. So don't let the industry throw you...
What does this guy want, communism or something now? What is this, some kind of Nazi stuff, a communism, a Soviet China? What is this?
Off the scent, especially in the future. If something doesn't pass the smell test,
can't do
push back. I say this because things could heat up so much that maybe in the future I'm not at liberty to give commentary or defend myself like this.
No, I will.
I've managed to get in touch with a few political insiders that know more about how these attacks work than I do.
Yeah.
I intend to follow their advice. Right now, my plans haven't changed at all. But if I just go really quiet on some topics in the future, then I'm telling you why right now. It will be because the attacks are getting so serious that me saying anything might be a liability somehow. I mean, remember, this was behind the scenes. The industry didn't make this one public. So who knows what the next thing they're planning is. Now, hopefully, I'm overreacting and the industry won't keep escalating this. This was just them taking a couple pot shots at us, but I'm trying to prepare for a lot of scenarios. I mean, I knew there was a chance of something like this happening back when I launched the campaign last year. That's one of the many reasons I never wanted to do this.
Yeah, we didn't have to do this. If there was an end-of-service plan with the game that you purchased, whether it being able to play it offline or what have you, in your opinion, would that justify paying $100 for a game? No. So when I buy an ice cream cone at McDonald's and they decide to change the purchase agreement that you can still buy an ice cream cone, but they have to punch you in the dick after you eat the ice cream cone, and this is like a legal obligation that they have to do, and then you say, well, if we took out the punching you in the dick part, but we make the ice cream cone cost $7 to compromise, would that be acceptable? I would say no. Just stop trying to punch me in the dick. There's no compromise that's necessary here. There's no compromise. We don't need to compromise with anything. This is an unreasonable, ridiculous thing that they have even begun with. Do not allow yourself to be, anchored in to a lie. Don't let yourself be anchored into a lie and then try to cede ground to people that have malicious intent.
At least this is just me trying to get the most bare minimum common sense regulation in the games industry and not trying to be a whistleblower on the defense industry.
Yep.
That would be bad. Okay, to end this on a lighter note, despite all this mess, we've been getting more and more support from European members of parliament.
Wow.
Here are some I've been informed of, though some of these I'm pretty late finding out. Marketa Gregorova's was from last year, actually, and had cool promotional art and everything. That's what, 4-bit color?
Yep.
But the big one is Nikolai Stefanuta, a vice...
You can see, by the way, all of these guys, like, guaranteed, if this is a European guy that understands this problem, this dude has played Counter-Strike before 100%. They know what's going on because they play games.
President of European Parliament.
Yep.
Throwing his weight behind the initiative and saying he signed it himself.
He's 43. Yeah, he
okay,
absolutely.
I'm the wrong person to judge social media effectiveness, but 85,000 likes on Twitter would sound like a good day to me if I was a politician. This is what I mean about easy wins for politicians, guys.
It's funny that he was right. Thor thought that, it was disingenuous or cynical to say that. But, I mean, again, welcome to politics. Politics are in a lot of cases disingenuous and cynical. That's why they filed this motion to try to invalidate the movement because of a misrepresentation of Ross's initiative.
Keeping it real, most people don't care about video games either way. So this is pretty safe politically.
Yep.
But for the people who do, Stop Killing Games is advocating for a very popular position that's in line with existing consumer protection laws and is narrowly focused. So this isn't going to cripple the industry either. The industry is fighting this because they'll fight anything that requires them to do something.
Yep.
Stop Killing Games is about as safe and popular as it gets in politics.
It is.
And as a bonus, it's appealing to people who might not normally be involved in politics. That's an elusive demographic.
Yep, that's the Gamergate, bro.
Now's a good time to mention again
Activate
that contacting members of European Parliament on the Internal Market and Consumer Protection Committee is probably...
Any of these guys, this guy with gray hair, maybe not, bro. Like, you want to look at this guy, this guy, Stefano, you could probably get through to him. Like, these guys, they probably will get it. But Peter and Pablo, Peter here, I don't know about Peter, right? He's bald. It's hard to say.
Probably the best thing we can do to push back.
Yeah.
Though I've received conflicting information on which parties to contact and what subject lines to use. If you want to help, just try your best with contacting a representative of your country. Preferably someone who cares about consumer rights. Okay, that's it.
That really narrows it down.
I have no idea what's coming down the pipeline now, but all this resistance means we are throwing around some real power to fix things.
I think so.
So let's keep at it.
Fuck. I mean, I definitely, I totally agree with everything you say. I do. I mean, obviously I completely support Ross. And I think that it's disgusting that they're trying to maliciously misrepresent him as some sort of advocate. I'm going to link you guys to the video. Make sure to give it a like, give him a sub. Cursed Farms. I've been a supporter of the Stop Killing Games initiative ever since the beginning. And yeah, I'm really glad to see this. And I'm glad to see him pushing back on it. And I'm also glad to see them pushing back on Ross, because them pushing back on Ross means that there is going to be some sort of action. And new Billiard news about PlayStation scamming? Yeah, I don't know. And why not treat this like the automotive industry? For as long as they have to make parts for the model, the video game industry could just make a secondary market that forces or encourages companies. I think the reason why is because of intellectual property laws, which I think are intellectual property laws I don't think have been modernized. And I think that the licensing and the way that IP law works now, I think it doesn't work for the internet in 2025. And that's the issue. Everybody knows about DMCA, right? Digital Millennium Copyright Act. Do you know what year that was created? 1998. That's right. Everybody is marching to the drumbeat of a 1998 law. It's insane. Chair? No, it's fine. It's just, it does that. It's all right. And, yeah. Ubisoft says they should rip up your games. Yeah, I disagree. And might need a little bit of modernizing. I think so. Need a new chair? No, it's okay. It was just like I pushed on it a little bit too hard. Check the Nemesis system for Warner Bros. is a perfect example of IP law. Yeah, I think so too. When you encounter enemies in video games, you're going the right way. The person is working way too hard with no pay. Hello, CEO of video games here. Please delete this video. And remember, everyone, this man is not suicidal. It's hilarious to see giant corporations act as actual Ace Attorney villains. No, that's not true, because if they were an Ace Attorney villain, they'd probably have a better case. It's just pathetic and stupid. And the fact companies are fighting back means this does worry them. Don't let up. Yeah, I think this definitely means a lot. It means that we're making a lot of very effective progress, and I'm really happy to see this. I think it's going to keep getting more and more attention and more support, and I think this is a great thing, and it's just going to keep getting better. And hopefully by the time that this, this is all done, we'll actually be able to play video games in the way that they were intended. Imagine that.